Lloyd Consulting stickers, t-shirts and mugs are available by clicking the link to the Google form in the video description below. Good morning. Today is the 11th of June and this is a slightly shambolic shuffle around the 2023 Bromley Pageant of Motoring. This is the last ever Bromley pageant due to the ultra low emission zone expansion. And in recognition of that and the fact that the Mayor of London is not a friend of the channel, I'm afraid we can't talk about diesels. And we haven't done for 5 years actually. So if you see me skipping them, that's why. Thank you, Mayor of London. Right, we'll start off this part. There'll be many parts, many as I can stand, maybe up to 10. If you're not up to that sort of thing, then I suggest you stop watching right now. Anyway, those of you who are still here, we'll start off in the Volvo section. We're actually at the back end of the one mate parking area, where I'm also parked, but we'll come to the row I'm in later. And we got this very nice Volvo P1800. It's quite an early one, this. I'd say probably very early 1800S. Not a Jensen built one. And I love the little red badges on the hubcaps of these. Have a look at the interior, red interior. A bit like the one that was in the car used in the Saint, or several cars, or there were actually quite a few of them. And here's some photos of restoration as well. Excellent. It's a good start, isn't it? As a Volvo owner, I very much approve. And we've got an Amazon here as well, 122S. Don't know the exact year of this. It's a Northern Ireland plate, but that is rather agreeable. No doubt, if I come back here right at the end, like part 10 or something, there might be some more cars here, but we'll move on to this Wolseley Gerald Palmer design. It's a 444. I'd say that's sort of early to mid 50s. Oh viewers, have we possibly peaked too early? 2008 second generation Volvo S80 V8 four-wheel drive with a beige leather interior and wood. I do like a nice beige leather interior. Is that dark blue or is that just sort of grey? Yeah, it's sort of grey. It's a shame. If that was dark blue like this one is, that we can't mention because it's got the wrong engine in it, then it'll be even better, but you know, that'll do, won't it? P2 Volvo V70. Hopefully it won't get jeeped this time. Move on. 2003 Volvo V40, first generation one of 1.8. This is a facelifted one. They finished production the very next year, actually. I do like these facelifted ones. That's very nice. Move on to the Volkswagen section now. This is a Santana. Certainly looks like it, doesn't it? It certainly is. It's a GX5. Wow. 83, 84. Santana, of course, lived a very long production life, particularly in China. Yeah, 5-speed gearbox. One of many of these bay window Volkswagens we're going to see today, probably. This is a 68. And this little friend here, 68, 69 Beetle. Let's have a look and see if it's got an engine designation on the back. Yeah, it's a 1300. And then this cousin here that's sort of been through some kind of literally Frankenstein transformation. Built around 71, 72. Again, 71, 72. This Beetle here, that's some interesting wheels on it actually. It looks a lot older than it is for that reason.
How often do you use it?
I do approve that colour, that is quite nice. I also approve of this Mark II Pugolo Ranger, particularly as somebody who's driven this all the way here with no brake servo, because Volkswagen didn't think that it was the right thing to do to fit brake servos to right-hand drive pre-facelift Mark II Polos. I have actually driven one of these. It was an 87. This is an 87 or an 88 on an E. Steering's very heavy in those. And then we have Range Rover here. Classic Range Rover. I assume this is a Vogue and it's a V8. 89 to 90 registration. Oh, it's a Vogue SE, very nice. Right, we'll move on to the next row now. Mark III Golf GTI, 1996, 1997 plate in green. This is a very nice example actually. That's really nicely preserved. Not too fond of raised plates, but apart from that, that's very nice. Left-hand drive, carbon gear, 73, 74 registration. Left-hand drive import, presumably from the United States of America. Another GTI or VR6. Oh, hello. Someone's very kindly provided me with an information sheet. Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel says, this could be yours. Genuine interest only, please. 07834229621. It's a 97 GTI 8 valve with some nice Speedline wheels on it as well. Look at the interior. Someone's changed the shift knob and also changed the steering wheel for a non-airbag one. Scirocco. Driven one of these recently. This is probably the 1.4 from memory, because the 2 litres have a 2 litre badge on them. I have just driven one of these on the channel. The review will be coming up soon. And I wish it had a sunroof like this one has. Right. Bay window time. Again. This is a right-hand drive one, 72, 73 plate. Splitty here, as you can see they're sort of basically the same colour. I wonder if they know each other. Opening window, very handy in a day like today. On some kind of air ride or hydraulic suspension and Porsche 911 wheels. This one also looks like it's on some kind of air ride suspension. 6970 registration. And there's the 2 backs of them together. Forget the designation of these. I think it's like T25 or something. These are sort of swearing ones. This will be a water-cooled one. I think the air-cooled one stopped being made in '83. That's an 86, 87 registration. Another bay window, 73, 74. And one of these later ones again with the water-cooled engine. Still in the back though. That's the way they did it back in the day. 88, 89. Special edition Beetle 72 Marathon. Oh, it is for sale as well. Call Gus on 07958186130. Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel says this could be yours. Left-hand drive, that one. Now this one's probably, yeah, it will be an air-cooled one because it's an 182 registration. Just called the Camping. Right-hand drive. That looks like a Golf Mark 1 GTI steering wheel in it. Am I right? Or am I wrong? Would be wrong, viewers. That's the way that it goes on this channel. Another splitty here, pickup. Extremely late Scirocco, like one of the very, very last Mark II Sciroccos. GT2 Special Edition. It can only be a 92 actually. Can't be any later than that. Slightly earlier one here. Take my sunglasses off and take a look at the picture. Of course, it's a bit bright on the screen. I do apologise to you. 88, 89 on an F. My gosh, a Cavalier convertible. I have not seen one of those in quite some time. That's modified as well. Yeah, front end by Carmen. Pre-facelift Mark II Scirocco, like that one. We go round the back this way. Have a look at the interior, which looks very, very, very 80s. I think those are from Mark II Golf GTI. So yeah, GTL with sort of brown coral interior. No head of a GTL. This one I don't know what trim level this is. It's not got any badges at all. Same era though, 84, 85, both of these. Got some very nice wheels. I like that. So it's a, is it really a GTX, or am I just imagining things? Same engine as the Golf GTI, 16 valve at the time. It really is. It's a 16 valve GTX. Excellent. Mark 1 Scirocco here, quite a late one, 1980 to 81 registration. Been made to look a little bit more modern due to these wheels and the body kit that's on that, but that's definitely a Mark 1. Mark 2 here, 1991, 1992 registration. It's interesting fabric on those seats. Some Golfs now. Big bumper Mark II GTI on an H, so 90 to 1991. Sort of a bra, the thing they put on the front of them. Mark 1 GTI. Actually, that could be this could be one of the campaigns with those wheels on it. 83, 84, very late Mark 1 GTI. This is also a late Mark 1 Cabrio. They made them until 1993, although they were looking a little bit old-fashioned by them. They never bothered to update the Cabrio to the Mark II. Again with the requisite BBS alloy wheels. Another Mark 1 GTI here wearing I think those are Mark II wheels, which are direct swap. On a Y, so 82, 83, with the red striped interior. And you move into some Vauxhalls. I really like this this Cavalier here. It's a very late one, 79 to 80. The Mark II replaced it in 81. It's a 1.6L. With coach line. That is in absolutely immaculate condition. Considering how those rusted back in the day, that's amazing. Then we've got some Victor 101s. Could be, I suppose, a VX490. I'll have to... Yes, it is a VX490, 1965. Let's have a look at the interior. You can get a bench seat in these as well, but these ones have the two separate seats and a floor change. You could get a column change as well. Yep, definitely the VX490. That vinyl will be pretty hot today. Oh, now this one's got a column shift. I was wrong. Yeah, so Victor FC or 101 they were also called. Oh, this one's for sale. That does look really rather nice. I wonder if it's a deluxe. Maybe it'll sell on the back or something. Sometimes these things do. It is, it's a 101 Deluxe. I surprise myself viewers sometimes, don't I? There we go, Mr. Bill says, this could be yours. 07704 271 826. Now we get on to an FD. I get these Randall Hawk deceased vibes again, viewers, although that was a saloon rather than an estate. 68, 69 registration. Very, very rare actually, because like a lot of cars at the time, they had colossal rust issues. It was an auto. Wow, that's interesting. But I think my eye's been drawn even more by this. I think I've seen this at Bromley Pageant before. 1990-1991 Vauxhall Carlton GSI 3000. That is absolutely delicious. Wow, it's in superb order. That is very nice. Also got this Nova here, early Nova actually. They were brought into this country in 1983, 84 registration. I have driven a Nova, a much later one than this. I also did a walk around of an 85 back in, I think, 2021 or something like that. That's in much better condition than that one was. 2002 Vauxhall Omega. It's a CD model. This would probably be, I hope it's like a 2.6 or something, but I could be totally wrong. Oh, it is a 2.6. Very nice. I'm wearing Vauxhall fleet plates actually from the time. Astra G. This is the Matone Coupe, 2003 to 4 registration. Don't know what engine's in here. It's probably not turbo because that would actually say. Oh, hello. £300. Goodness me, £300 for 2021. It's very tight. It's a 1.8. Okay, that makes sense with the Family 1 engine. Ooh, a Cavalier Expression. We've actually got two late Mark III Cavaliers in the same colour here. The Expression was towards the bottom of the range. I think these wheels are off a higher trim model. It would have had sort of hubcaps or something originally. Yeah, the 1.8 with ABS. And then another Astra G Coupe. These are actually classics now, viewers. Maybe let me know in the comment section below. I think probably, in my opinion, these are classics already. 2002. And then, yes, I've seen it before. Thank you, yes. This is the very last Cavalier ever made. It's on an end plate. It was made in July 1995. It's a 1.8 classic. And as you can see, it was entered in Festival Exceptional in 2021, where I have already seen it. And there's the certificate. I'll let somebody else actually use that piece of paper because I've seen this car before. I've driven a very similar one of these with a 1.6 engine, actually on no budget reviews. So yeah, it's in original condition as well. The wheel trim's original, things like that. Ooh, Golf VR6 with Panama hat on the rear shelf, of course. Why not? Interesting wheels on this, and Mercedes-Benz wheels. I didn't realize you could put Mercedes-Benz wheels onto a Volkswagen, but because I've seen this, you probably can. So yes, 1997. Another Cavalier here. This time it's an earlier one. 89 to 90 with headlamp wiper action. I think this is GSI 2000. Yes, it is. Excellent. So we'll go on to the next row here now, which is Triumph. This is a Spitfire. As it says, it's a Mark III, 6768 registration. There's a lot of Triumphs here actually. There's loads of them. This is going to take a while. Okay. So next we've got this Herald 1360, 6970 registration. Pretty much the same underneath as a Spitfire, and with unrivaled access for maintenance for these cars. I have driven the Herald 1360. I drove it October last year. I was a little bit concerned about the brakes and the lack of synchro mesh on first gear. That was interesting. Triumph TR8, 1979 to 80. We'll do that one later. There you go. This has been bored out to 3.9 litres. Originally we had a 3.5 litre engine. This is the V8 version of the TR7, although there were some TR7 V8s actually made for rallying and things like that earlier. Body kit on it too, this one. Triumph Spitfire 1500, an early 1500, 74, 75 registration. It'll be 75, won't it? I think that's when the 1500s came in. Quite sort of different inside from the early one, and then a completely different design on the back. Another 1500, slightly different shade of green. 78, 79 registration. And there's the underbonnet access, as you can see, on a Spitfire or a Herald or a Vitesse or a GT6. Triumph Spitfire Mark II, I think this one is. I've driven a Mark I, but it's very similar to this, the same colour, quite recently, which I thoroughly enjoyed. It was an auto one I drove. This one's a manual. That wind deflector would be pretty helpful, actually. Another Herald 1360, very late one, 70 to 71 registration with some cosmic alloy wheels. Ooh, and a sort of biscuit coloured interior. Excellent. Another Herald 1360, 69 to 70 registration. With some nice wood on the dash. And then got a TR4A, very late one, 67 with the independent rear suspension. And we'll have a look at the engine as well. Excellent. It's before the TR5 came in, so that's just a 4-cylinder. Another Stag here. Ooh, I don't know if that's a Mark 1 or a Mark 2. I'm going to say Mark 1. Thank you. But it's easy to make a Mark 1 look like a Mark 2 or whatever. People change the bits over kind of you know, regularly, so yeah, I should have known actually. The tail pal's another way that you can tell, but sometimes they get repainted. Got the lovely wheels on this. Oh, viewers, now this is more like it for me. 1978 to 79 Triumph Dolomite Sprint with the Sprint alloys and the overdrive gearbox. Yes, please. Wonder how many more of those we're going to see today. Triumph TR6 1970-71 on a J. This one's got the 2.5 straight 6 with the fuel injection on this has been converted. Another Stag here, I think this is a Mark 1. Again with the alloy wheel upgrade. '72, '73 registration, lots of Stags here. Ooh, is this a Renown? Or something like that, one of these kind of early post-war saloons. I think that's the car that the one in Bergerac was based on, the Roadster. Another Herald 1360, extremely late one, this one. Again with some upgrade alloys, Avon safety wheels, wow. I don't think I've ever seen those before. 70-71, Triumph 1300, 1968-69 registration. With a beige, I presume it's a vinyl interior. And no, it's not owned by Stefan Modava Classic. I saw the person who owned that driving it in earlier on, so it's not. This car, I think we've seen this before actually at the event. This one has been imported from somewhere else. Before about 1981, thank you, from South Africa. Before about 1981, when a car was imported to this country, they had to slap whatever plate was current onto it. So would have been imported around 1976-77, although it's much earlier than that. 1974-75 TR6 and this amazing sort of shade of purple. It's amazing, isn't it?
I just bought a car with a VIN stuff there, VIN plate, and we checked it off there.
Triumph TR3, it'll be sort of early to mid 50s, I think. Something like that. Stag with hard top. Not exactly sure what year that is with the nice alloy wheels again. Spitfire 1500, 1976-77 registration. At one point I would like to drive a Spitfire. I have been offered one, but it's not actually ready yet, so we'll have to wait for that, I think. 1965 Triumph Herald 1200. See, the styling of these compared to a 1360 at the front is completely different. 1979 to 80 Spitfire 1500. Another one of these Stags, also with the hardtop, definitely a Mark II on an N. 1974-75 registration. '72-73 Stag, I think that might be a Mark I or Mark II. I'm not sure if it's a crossover really. Right, Trojan bubble car built in Brighton. Actually, no, this one's made in Croydon. I thought originally it was made in Brighton. No, apparently that was made in Croydon. That's opening every day. 63, not too far away from here then. Ooh, some nice TVRs. Not sure exactly what year that one is. A personal plate on that one. TVR Vixen S2, 69-70 registration, or 69. Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel says this could be yours. 07958 527854. Talk to Paul. Those look like Mark II Cortina rear lights, but I'm not sure. That one I think is like an S2 or something. Ooh. Oh, a Tuscan. I think it's a cream leather interior rather than a beige one, viewers. Yeah, it's definitely a cream one. Look at there's this TVR Speed 6 engine. Quite a late TVR. They finished in 2005, at the same time as MG Rover, but I wouldn't know exactly what year that one is. Chimera, 96 to 97 registration. That looks more beige to me. No wood, of course. TVRs didn't really go into that sort of thing. Subaru Impreza, UK 300. Let's have a look and see at the front and remember what type these are. Oh yes, it's the bug eye. It's not the early 2000s. Now the cut-off date for the show is supposed to be around, from memory, about 2012, but you do see a lot newer stuff coming in here as well, like this Forester from about 2015. Another second generation Impreza here. Another later front end, it won't it? It's a 55 registration. I think that's called the Hawkeye. Then next to it, again the same, but that's the Blob Eye from memory. Not very good at that sort of thing, viewers. Seems that they've brought some friends along. All of them about 2000 and these last two 2004. That could be a 2005, that black one. As you can see, they made second generation in both the saloon and the hatchback. It was smart. It's sort of the smart roadster or coupe they called this, or both. This is the Brabus version, 2005 to 6. Didn't make a lot of these, you know, not very many at all, not even the standard ones. I think it's actually got the correct wheels on it, but I could be wrong. I'll have to skip that Skoda view, as I've noticed a little badge on the back, which means we'll have to move on to the Saab section. I'm sure there's some tasty treats here. Not sure exactly what year this is. Saab 93 Cabrio. It's the first generation 93. It's an Aero Turbo edition. Very nice. 1987 to 1988. Original generation 900 with a very nice steering wheel. I'm afraid the 900 that I drove, the 1983 car, was a very basic GL saloon in beige with a 4-speed gearbox. Wasn't quite like these. So a later turbo here, 1991, 1992 registration, with those famous 3-spoke wheels and the body side moulding. Interesting steering wheel. I've not seen like that before. Like this colour, that's very nice. And then a second generation 9.5, one of the very last Saabs ever made. They didn't make a lot of these at all. This has actually got the cross-wheel drive and a turbo engine, which is amazing. Got some more action here, the 2.3 engine in this one. I didn't think we'd see so many original generation Saab 900s here, but we're seeing loads. Again, a late one on a J registration, 91, 92. Second generation 9.3. That looks like something like an Aero or something. Could be even vegan, actually. What is a vegan? My gosh, yeah, these are very powerful. So many late 900 convertibles here. I'm not complaining, you understand, yes? I'm not complaining at all. It's just a 16 valve, that one. And then a facelifted second generation 9.3, 2009. The manual still had the key at this time down between the front seats, and then we'll finish this first part with this rather nice 900 turbo, which even looks like it's got an information sheet here, which is handy. Yeah, it's an 88 16 valve turbo S 2-door with 68,000 miles. Wonderful. Oh, it's a saloon as well, that's interesting. Right, well that's it for part one. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like us and leave a comment below, and we shall see you again soon for more incorrect information.